It is now exactly 9 years from the time we started NEO-HEN Farms Enterprise Limited. I am so excited today because I have a very big announcement to you. So from the time we started our NEO-HEN Farms Enterprise Limited, we started 9 years ago when I was still an undergraduate student in Kebabe University. After that, I was keeping my chicken in my hostel as you have been looking and walking with me the journey from the time I started from the hostel out of the time we went now to our first purchase of land where we constructed our breeder farm 5 years ago. And now we have the big announcement. We are now constructing our hatchery from scratch. So guys, welcome to this big announcement so that we may be able to walk together the journey and you'll be able to understand on how to start your own hatchery from the little money you have. Imagine guys, after 3 years of renting a hatchery, now we are only one. What can we say? It's just to thank God and see what's happening. I know you might be wondering, why am I shooting this video in the bush? So this is the site where we are going to locate our hatchery. It is in the bush. And why are you wondering we are located our hatchery in the bush? It's not really in the bush. If you are able to see, you can see the maize in this area. You can also be able to see on the other side. Look on this maize. Very good maize. But that is not the key issue we are going to discuss today. We want to see now we are going to start constructing our hatchery from day one. So you realize, farmers, my name is Lenson, and I assist farmers start and launch successful poultry farms. Recently, we introduced our Sasso F1 breed, which we have been doing in our breeder farm, as you have been seeing. And we are selling it at 95 Kenya shillings. We have also introduced now the commercial layers, which we are selling at 160 Kenya shillings. And we have also introduced the broilers, which we are selling at 100 Kenya shillings. One thing you need to realize is that when you start with us, we ensure that we walk with you the journey all the time you are going to go with you to the market. And we don't want you to make a mistake again when it comes now to hatching. That's why we are here to ensure that we learn together, we start together, and we will be able to grow together. You realize hatching is determined by very many factors, but one factor which many farmers have been putting into consideration is that hatching is affected by the fertilization. And this comes now to the males to females ratio. In our case, we do 5 females to 1 male so that we may ensure 98% fertilization. But that alone cannot guarantee successful hatching in your hatchery process. You need also to understand how to construct a good hatchery and how a good hatchery should look like. So let's get into the real deal to see now what normally happens. We are going there to my hatchery, but I just want to show you the neighborhood where we are to look on some of the factors we checked before we purchase this land where we are going to construct our own hatchery, which has started today, and the works are going on there as I'm going to show you when we arrive there. So this is the hatchery. This is now the place, and I want to show you the neighborhood, how it looks like. So let's come with me. I show you the neighborhood, how it looks like. So one consideration you need to put into place when you are constructing a hatchery is to ensure that you do it in a place where there is plenty of water. So this is one of my neighbors. I just want to show you a well which was digging just through the manual way, through the manual labor. So this is how the well looks like. You can see, I don't know whether we are going to see inside. I don't know how we are going to see it. Let me try to focus a little bit. I don't know where we are going to be able to see it. You can see the water is just near here, as you can see, but is plenty of water. And this is just water which has been done using now the manual method of digging, just using the jembes and forklifts and the normal technology by the local labor in this area. So one thing we considered, because in a hatchery you need to have plenty of water, we ensure that we looked on a place where we are going to have access to water with ease. So in a nutshell, we are going to have our well in our hatchery, which is just some few meters away, where we are going now to have enough water, which will now be used in our hatchery. And the good thing is that for you to construct a hatchery, you should construct it 500 meters away from any poultry farm. So I'm just around 800 meters from my breeder farm. So here, we ensure that there is no close poultry farm near the hatchery. What is neighboring here is just a school, and the other one is just my neighbor whom I've just shown you just behind me. So water is very essential consideration when you want to start your own construction of your own hatchery. So let's get into the hatchery place where we are constructing, so that we may be able to see on other factors which you need to put into consideration before you even think of investing your money. And these are things you need also to look on. So just the same way we normally construct a poultry house, you need to look on several factors. You need to look on the orientation of wind, because now we are the hatchery is not just a normal house which you construct just in any normal manner. So you need to understand it needs to be well ventilated, and that's why I am here to ensure that I supervise and I walk with you the journey step by step, so that you will be able to see what is going to transpire step by step out to the end. The other factor we consider, let me just shift my camera so that you may be able to see the number 2 consideration we looked at. Just look on the environment, how it's nice. Just here, just this lorry, it came yesterday just bringing some materials, and unfortunately it is stored here, so it is just here. Just here, some meters here, around 20 meters, you can see the electricity. This was our second consideration. Don't start constructing your own hatchery without checking on the accessibility and the electricity. This is just a school just behind my farm where we are going to construct our hatchery. This is now the Lumasa RC Primary School. You can see here, this is now the school, and we want to see on the road network now, which is serving now this place. You can see is served by a very nice road network from this side. First things first, let's go there to see some of the preparations we have been able to do in this preparation of constructing this hatchery. First things first, when constructing your hatchery, we started with the first thing, which is the hardcore, which we are going now to use now in the foundation, because the machines which you are going to place now inside the hatchery, they are very heavy and you cannot do a foundation which is not very strong. So we are going to use this now when we are going to set the foundation. We only managed to have one lorry. It costed us around 6,500 Kenya shillings. And you can see is a lot of hardcore. The second thing we managed to purchase is the river sand. You can see is the best quality river sand. We purchased 10 tons at 11,000 Kenya shillings. So this is the second thing we purchased, so that we may be able to start our construction. So this lorry, unfortunately, broke down just immediately to reach now on the site. This is now the lorry which now brought to me now the machine cut stones, which we are going to use now to construct the hatchery. So come with me here. This is now the machine cut stones, which you are going to use now in constructing the hatchery. The reason why I normally advise you, my farmers and my clients, not to use now the bricks when constructing your hatchery or even your poultry farm, is that these machine cuts will save you a lot of time. Number 2, they will save you space. Number 3, they are going to save the cement you are going to use. So you realize this is the best kind of construction material I can recommend instead of bricks. You can use this one, or you can use the one which are made using now the brick and the mortar, and they will work perfectly. So we have them here. We purchased around 600 pieces, and we purchased them each we were purchasing at 70 Kenya shillings. The other thing we purchased, we might to purchase this one, we normally call it kokoto. It's not the best kokoto, but we are using it as part of the foundation. This one we are going to use it here. And now I bring you now to the site where we have now started our work at day 1, so that you may be able to see what is happening now on this site as we are going to continue step by step. As you can see, my engineer is already on site, and you can see the other experts are on site, ensuring that we start the work and we work perfectly the journey. One thing I normally tell you is that we have the best team when it comes now to construction of the poultry houses. This team, as you have seen on the previous videos and on the previous projects, they have been doing an excellent work, and we have also trained them on the poultry house construction specifics, and they have also adopted it so that we may be able to deliver quality work when you call us as our client to come and construct on your site. So leave that alone. Let's continue now with the construction process. What is happening here? We looked, number one, on the orientation of wind. So we realize a lot of wind now comes from this side now to this side. So what we decided to have the dowel on this side. But you realize we left some space here, which you can see here. This is now where we are going to have the powerhouse. We are going to have the backup generator here. Then that is now the hatchery, where the hatchery will be situated, where we are going to construct it step by step so that you may be able to capture each and every detail. So number one, make sure you use now the east to west orientation when constructing your own hatchery, just the same like the poultry house, so that you may not be able to make a mistake in this serious process. You realize if you make a mistake in the early stages of constructing your hatchery and you just construct it like the normal house where the human beings live, what is going to happen, guys? You realize the eggs will not be able to develop in the right manner, and you realize the embryo will be dying at the early stages of the moment you set them in the incubator. They will be dying on the early stages just because of high buildup of carbon dioxide in the hatchery room. So we are going to ensure that you see each and every step how to reduce all these cases of eggs dying at the first week and also getting low hatch rate in the process you want to start your own hatchery. So here we go, guys, step by step, so that you may be able now to see what is happening. We are now on the excavation. We start with the deep excavation, as you can see here. So they are going on with the work, as you can see. Mkoaje wanaume? So we have our engineer here, Sifuna. Sifuna is our engineer. Sifuna, you can greet my fans. Mkoaje? So this is our engineer, Sifuna. He's an expert when it comes to matters of construction, both for the poultry houses and also for the Nini. Sifuna, why am I speaking on your behalf? You can tell the people what you do and what we have been able to do. Yes.
I'm called Joseph Sifuna Barasa. I'm an engineer, qualified engineer from a very well institution.
So tell them we have been able to do several projects in Eldoret, in Kisumu. We have seen on several projects, we have been working with him, the journey, to ensure that we deliver to you, our client, the best of work. And these guys, we have also been with these guys. We also have this another engineer, I've forgotten his name. He also a good carpenter when it comes now to works of the works to do with the timber. And we have my friend here, Broker. Yes. What are you saying today?
I'm here, Peter.
So what are we going to do today?
Anachimba mtaro sasa.
Anachimba mtaro. Tujenge kitu mzuri.
Tujenge nyumba mzuri.
Tuende site nyingine.
Tuende mahali pengine.
So tuko na huyu jamaa hapa, a very good mason, na anajituma vibaya sana. So make sure you give us, you plug in, you give us work. The good thing when you give us work, you don't impact the life of one person, you are impacting a life of many people now in this process. So guys, today is just day one. Let's get into the process of understanding how we are going to do this and plug in and keep in touch to ensure that you see what is going to happen. What we have gotten all this piece of land you can see here. Let me just tilt my camera so that you may be able to see it. So all this piece of land up to down there, this is now the place we are going to have our hatchery, and we are going now to construct also a demonstration farm on all this piece of land, so that when you come to NEO-HEN farm to learn, we don't now take you to the breeder farm, we bring you now to the demonstration farm, where we are going to have everything here, which you are going to learn in the practical aspect on how you can do it, and you'll be able to succeed in your poultry farming journey. So guys, I want to appreciate you. I'm so excited today, and we are starting this one together. And the good thing is that I'm not only providing you with quality Sasso F1 chicks and the commercial layers and broilers. I will ensure I will start with you, walk with you the journey out of the time we are going to go to the market. Let's meet in the next video where we are going now to get into details on how we are going to start now the process of starting to construct the foundation and then going now to the last step from the beginning to the end. Thank you guys. Keep in touch. Let's meet on the next